Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
How soon is too soon to share your life's ambitions when you're on a first date?
Oh, I think that's a great thing to share right off the bat.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
I guess unless your life's ambition is to set the world record for the most breakups in history. Probably not a good idea
Good point.
on a first date. But Brad's on the phone for a second date update right now, and his email said that he had a wonderful date and they shared their life's ambitions.
Ooh.
That's
Brad.
awesome.
Sounds very deep for a first date.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was too much. I thought it was a nice, conversation topic.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Or a lot of pressure, depending on if you have figured those things out or not, right?
I want to have babies tomorrow. We'll get to that part in a second, but what's the name of the girl you want to call today?
Tracy.
All right, and how did you meet Tracy?
I met her through, a dating app.
Okay, what did you like about her?
I mean, she seemed, super cool and that she thought I was funny, so that's always a good thing.
Is that rare?
Rarer than it should be.
Okay,
All right.
valid.
So tell us about your date. What'd you guys do?
She actually wanted to pick the place. I was something she was pretty insistent on. So I was like, yeah, sure. And it was something I hadn't heard of. And you get this, she actually put her name on a list for us and then got us in with it.
Wait, so it's like a hard place to get into? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea. The place ended up being, totally packed.
Whoa.
And, I was just, waiting around. And then this girl just came up to me and she was like, hey, are you Brad? I was like, oh, yeah, what's up? And that ended up being Tracy. And she was like, hey, I put my name on the list. Don't worry, we got a table. And then just brought me right on over.
Whoa,
Oh.
VIP.
That's
So she was
cool.
like a baller at this restaurant. Is she like a big foodie or something? Why was she so into this place?
I mean, I don't think it was anything in particular like a foodie, but I mean, we sat down and the food was bomb. It was so good.
Ooh.
So I mean, I guess she knew her stuff. I'm super glad I let her pick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So she makes good selections when it comes to restaurants. Is there anything else you liked about her?
I mean, we just got to talking, and like I said, she thought I was funny, so I was super into that. But we got to talking, and it was kind of crazy. We actually ended up we went to the same elementary school, but different years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That's a funny
Yeah.
coincidence.
And then we actually had this friend, Rob, who's our mutual friend, that we had no idea that we both knew each other. So I wish Rob would have introduced us earlier.
Yeah, what a small world.
That's cool.
Any chance you could be related and not know it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And you guys, I mean, you said you had talked about your life's ambitions. How did that come up?
So I was talking to her actually about my dog, and she kind of made a little segue. She was like, actually, I want to work with dogs and animals for my ambitions of life.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you say, oh, you can take my dog. I don't want him anymore. That could have probably turned her off.
No, absolutely not. No, she was super into it. She was like, yeah, I want to open up a place for rescue pets, pets that come from bad homes and that kind of stuff. And I was just blown away. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Started liking her even more because of that, because she got a big heart and stuff.
Yeah.
So this all sounds perfect. I mean, if she's not calling you back, there has to have been something that was weird.
Yeah, I mean, it could be when I shared my dreams with her about what I wanted to do.
Uh-oh.
What are
Why?
yours?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this for a while, and I really want to open up this Jurassic Park themed bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell us more.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You see the ones that have the different Game of Thrones, Anchorman bars. So I want to do a Jurassic theme park bar.
Whoa.
Everything would be dinosaur. You would have food and drinks that would be dinosaur themed. Okay. I want to do this drink called a Velocirita.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a margarita, but it's a Velocirita.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's exactly like it's a
get it.
margarita, but you call it a Velocirita.
Right.
I like it. I mean,
Wait,
it
are
could
you
catch on. Who knows? And you think that she, didn't think that your dream of having a Jurassic Park themed bar was noble enough or something?
I mean, it did kind of feel a little rough next to her, big adult dream of open up an animal sanctuary.
Well, what
yeah,
was
I
her
guess it's kind of like, I want to open up an animal sanctuary. I want a race car bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to play with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What was her reaction though? What did she say to you?
I mean, she was very sweet and supportive. She was like, that sounds fun.
That sounds fun. Pats your hand.
for
Oh,
you.
cute.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, tell me that you guys wouldn't enjoy going to that. You know, like the bartenders and waiters would be like dressed up. You know, like park rangers.
Yeah, I mean,
No, yeah, I'm
everybody's
down.
going there with the T-Rex inflatable costume,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
right? Like,
I like the idea.
It'd be fun.
How did the date end with her?
I mean, the date was nice. We didn't kiss, but it was a nice hug. It didn't seem like weird. I thought we would continue texting, but I haven't heard anything back from her since.
Weird.
that'd be strange for the Jurassic Park bar to be like the biggest turnoff where you wouldn't want to see somebody again.
Yeah, that'd be a big old bummer because I thought it would sound fun.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe she stole your idea? That's why she's not calling you back.
Just in construction right now.
Oh my gosh, that would. No, I don't think she stole my idea. Maybe I should have said something like I would donate, 5% of my proceeds from my bar, like to her animal charity or something.
That would have been a good line.
Yeah.
Maybe
Even
you could try it if we get her on the phone. You can try it then. Be like, I thought a lot about it, and you can have 5%
Not a
of.
bad backup plan.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks, man.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and today Brad is on the phone, and Brad doesn't know it yet, but he and I are now business partners because I've decided to invest in his business. Because Brad wants to open a Jurassic Park themed bar.
Wow.
Be pretty fun.
Yep. And Brad, I will only invest in your bar if we can also have a drink called the Pterodactyl.
Oh,
That's cute,
Jesus.
guys.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I like it. I like it.
If the waiters who are dressed like park rangers actually get to tase people, too.
Whoa.
Like anybody who's getting out of control.
I mean, that might be a little much.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that one over the negotiating table. Right now, we got to find you a second date. Brad wants to call Tracy. They went out for a nice dinner, and he thinks maybe the fact that he wants to open up a Jurassic Park bar might be the reason she's not calling back, because they were sharing their life's ambitions, and hers was all like, I want to open up a sanctuary for animals and do all kinds of nice things, and Brad just wants to get people drunk Jurassic Park style. So,
Nah, I mean, I would love to go on a second date with this girl, so I hope this works out.
Even if she mocks your dream of Jurassic Park World?
I mean, it is kind of childish. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but that's why it's fun.
Hey, the world needs fun just as much as it needs healthy pets.
maybe combine the two. Get the pets drunk.
No.
Jurassic Park bar.
Hey, you guys actually have some pretty good ideas. I might take you on as, like, investors legit.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Look forward to it.
Yay.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Tracy?
Yeah.
Hey, Tracy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm not interested, but thank you.
No, well, that's a lot of people aren't interested, but I'm not. Are you still there?
That's awesome. It's not a telemarketing call.
Wait, what's going on? Wait, why are there like a million people on this phone call right now?
Well, there's really only three because it's a radio show. We're not a company trying to sell you anything. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And we're calling you because one of our listeners emailed us to get a hold of you.
Okay.
Okay. His name is Brad, and Brad is curious why you're not answering any of his texts or his phone calls or anything.
Just tell Brad that I'm not interested.
Okay.
Well, that was
I don't-
quick.
I think he knows that already. We don't need to tell him that. He already is very aware. But is there a reason?
He's an opportunist.
He's an opportunist. Is that what you
opportunist.
just said?
Yeah.
Why do you think he was using you for some reason?
Yeah, I'm not falling for it. Like, just other people have been trying to take advantage of my situation, and I'm just not having it.
Well, Tracy, we talked to Brad about your date. He didn't mention any situation. He just said that you guys had a good time and then talked about your hopes and dreams together. And
No, he knows the deal.
He knows the deal. Is that what you said?
No.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't be calling us if he knew the deal.
Can you tell us the deal? Then maybe we can find out if he knows the deal. Let's make a deal.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather like not go into it. I'd rather not say anything else.
Oh,
He
come on.
described your date as lovely, and he thought that maybe the only thing that turned you off about him was that he wants to open a Jurassic Park themed bar someday.
That was an interesting idea. Like, not that original, honestly.
Oh.
Okay. Is that the reason? Can you give us anything? Can you just give us a little bit of information why you're not calling him back?
So not that long ago, I won the lottery.
What?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Wait, what kind of lottery? Like you
Wow.
won like $50 off a scratch ticket, or you won the lottery?
How much? Are you a millionaire?
No. Like I could leave my job kind of for a while if I really wanted to.
Whoa.
Like,
Dude,
Was this-
how fun! Congratulations.
I want some.
thanks.
Was this after you met Brad?
No, it was before.
Oh, okay. I just figured maybe you won the lottery and you were looking for an upgrade. That's why you weren't pumped.
No.
So do you think that he knows that and he just wants you for money? Is that what you're saying with opportunist?
I think he figured it out, like, at least pretty early on in our date.
How?
Why?
How?
Well, like, we had gone to a busy restaurant, so I took my last name down, so he heard that called out, and then we also have a mutual friend, and I came back from the bathroom at one point, and he was on his phone, and I just, like, no, he was either Googling me or, like, talking to our friend Rob, because then after that point, he started talking about his bar and getting funded and stuff, and...
Oh, did he hit you up for money?
I mean, not in so many words, but it was just like out of the blue, like now he's talking about how he wants to get this bar and it's his dream and he wants to get it funded. Like,
Okay, wait, can I just ask, before you think he Googled you and found out that you won the lottery, how were things going?
it was okay. It was like a little awkward, but
And after he Googled you, do you think his attitude changed?
it just seemed like there was a shift in like what way he was pursuing the conversation.
Yeah.
Like you came back from the bathroom and he had a business plan all ready to go?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he's like, where do you see yourself? I don't know.
I just think it's weird that he would have known because he didn't mention that at all to us. I think he may still be in the dark.
I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable, and I'm just very wary of getting into anything like that.
Yeah,
And
but what if you're just being paranoid because you won the lottery?
yeah, but it's like, even if he doesn't know yet, then I don't know how he's going to react. And if he already has all these grand ideas of funding a bar, I don't want to be his girlfriend that's right there, and he's going to be asking me for money. Like, I'm not going to fund your bar. I hardly know you.
Well, Tracy, I hate to tell you this, but if he was in the dark, now he's not because he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes. I am.
Yeah. Hey, Tracy. It's Brad. What's up?
This is awkward.
Yeah. Awkward for you. Imagine listening to it.
Listen, I had no idea you won the lottery. That's crazy. That's awesome. We can talk about that later if you want, but like I'm not.
No,
not-
I don't really want to talk about it with anyone. It's not something I like to discuss, really.
I think you're really jumping to conclusions here. I didn't have any idea who you were. I didn't realize you won the lottery. Like on the date, you said like I was on my phone and stuff. I mean, I was just checking my texts and everything. I wasn't Googling you. I was just trying to enjoy our time, and I guess it's just like a nervous habit of picking up my phone.
Yeah, I mean, I just found it weird that, like, I came back from the bathroom and you were on your phone, and then right after that, that's when you start talking about your bar and how you're going to be looking for funding and how you need money, and, like, it was just, like, dollar signs everywhere. Like,
I will say, Brad, did you start talking about funding, though, or did you start talking about your dream?
I was just kind of talking about, investors and that kind of stuff. But I wasn't saying that for her to like invest in me. I had no idea she had money, but like she seems really into the idea. So, if she wanted to invest in it, that would be even cooler. Like we could do that together.
What do you think, Tracy?
God, you're right, Tracy.
That's bad timing, though, to say that.
Brett, I don't think you understand, like, how many people are constantly trying to take advantage of me for the fact that I won the lottery. So you're like missing the point completely here. When you like are talking about if I want to do this, then you'd be cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you. Like, but it doesn't matter. Like, if you want to go start your animal sanctuary, you go do that. But I'm probably going to make a Jurassic bar. So if you want to be part of that, that'd be fun.
Brad, what are you doing?
Bro.
I'm just talking. We're making conversation about like what we want to do with our lives. I mean, wouldn't that be fun, Tracy?
Brad, I'm not talking to you about this, especially here. Like, I know it sounds cool, but it's honestly really stressful, and like I don't want to deal with this.
This is like the perfect opportunity for you, though, because like you could make even more money.
Oh my God, I feel so bad for you, Tracy. I thought you were being paranoid at the beginning of this, and you were so spot on.
But he didn't know at first.
I mean, it's true. I didn't know before, but like now I know. So this seems like a cool thing for her to do. I mean, it wouldn't even be like a big investment. It'd be like a few $1,000s just for like a cool Jurassic bar.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Brad, you should probably focus less on her investing and more on wanting to actually go out with her. That's what I would think.
I mean, like, why not both? Like, Tracy, wouldn't it be cool if we did this together, like, as a couple? You seem to be into it. You like animals. Dinosaurs are animals.
I don't think anybody rescued them.
I mean, wouldn't that be fun, Tracy? What do you think? Come on.
No, I'm pretty over this conversation right now. Like this.
All right. Well, Tracy, before you go,
done.
before you go, I do have a question for you. It doesn't involve you paying for anything. It actually involves us paying. Because would you like to go out on a second date with Brad? We will pay for it.
He seemed really nice at first, but I think we're just like on two different mindsets, and I'm gonna have to say no.
Oh my God, I don't blame you. I don't know how you're ever going to go out on a date without it being some sort of business pitch.
Yeah, anybody.
I mean, guys, it's not a business pitch. It's just like, it's a hobby. So she wouldn't have to do anything. All she would do is just put a couple thousand in and then just watch the money grow.
What do you think, Tracy? Is it still a no?
Yeah, it's still a no.
Oh,
I gotta go.
man. I didn't even get an opportunity to pitch my business.
Yeah, okay, guys. Oh,
Sorry,
man.
Brad. Looks like you lost out on a date and a potential investor.
I mean, so guys, like, I didn't even like prepare for this like properly. If you guys could get her, back on the phone or maybe an email or something, and I want to give her like a proper business pitch, and I think she'd really go for it.
Stop, Brad.
Yeah.
Stop. You
I
gotta.
think you got the point perfectly. She's definitely interested in that, Brad. So good luck. I'll let you handle that, okay? You keep reaching out to her.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592. Quite a few of them, actually, that say that they would love to invest in a new Jurassic Park-themed bar. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And today's second date update, this dude, Brad, wanted to call Tracy because they went out and he thought maybe he wasn't going to call back because he wasn't sensitive enough to what she wanted to do with her life. She wanted to, like, help with, like, an animal shelter and help animals, and he just wants to open up a Jurassic Park-themed bar. But the reason she wasn't calling back was because she won the lottery, and she believes that he found out that she won the lottery, and he just wanted to go out with her for money. He didn't really help his case, though, when he spent the whole time trying to ask her to invest in his new business.
Yeah. I mean, she judged him fairly.
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
But
at
he
first
didn't-
I thought, wow, jump into conclusions. Nope, that was the conclusion.
But he didn't know. I believe he didn't know. But the second he found out, he did
Yeah.
exactly what he said he would do.
He was that person.
Yeah.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
There are certain things you should never ask somebody on a first date. You probably don't want to ask about politics. You don't want to ask them if they were to suddenly go missing, would anybody look for them?
Yeah, thank you.
And you probably don't want to ask them how much money they make. And that's the problem that Jake made, who's on the phone for a second date right now. He went out with a girl named Melanie. They met at a car wash, had dinner together, and he thinks that he screwed it all up because at a certain point, he asked her how much money she made. And from that point on, the date went downhill. She left. She did end up giving him a kiss on the cheek, but she hasn't talked to him since. All right, Jake, we're about to call her and find out if that is the reason. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Oh my God, that was a heavy breathing.
It sounds like you're
Are you
more than
doing
ready.
okay?
Sounds like you actually finished. You haven't even got into the second date yet.
You don't even need it.
Yeah. Are you good now, or are we
right,
going to
you
still make the
guys.
phone call?
Yeah, no, come on.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, you sound nervous. That's how I took that.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I think that you're going to be able to apologize to her and she's going to understand. You just stick to the "you made me so nervous" part, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and finish up whatever you're doing before you start talking to her,
my
because that will creep
gosh.
her out, all right? But just put your phone on mute while we talk to her so you're not making weird noises in the background, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Melanie, please?
this is she.
Hey, Melanie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
You don't know what that is, do you?
No, what's up?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning is a radio show.
Well, yeah, I figured that, but who are you? What's going on?
I'm Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, and we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
Okay, well, I'll explain. A second date is where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we recently got an email about you from a dude named Jake.
Okay.
You know Jake?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay. So Jake told us about your date.
Mm-hmm.
And he also told us that you're not answering his phone calls or text messages or anything and is wondering why you're blowing him off.
Am I supposed to tell you why?
Would love it if you would. So would Jake. He actually
be
wants
awesome.
to know the answer.
This is kind of weird, but that's fine. I'll tell you.
Okay.
This is easy.
So he told you we met at this car wash place.
Yeah, he told us all about that. He thinks the reason you're not calling him back is because he asked about how much money you made.
Oh.
He said that was the moment everything changed. Like you went from being interested to being totally put off.
Oh, okay. I don't think it was that moment, although that was a weird one as well.
So what was it?
So Jake seemed really nice at the car wash, but I don't know, he's really not my type.
How so?
Did he tell you he's originally from Spain and he just moved over here
No.
not too long ago?
We talked to him, and I heard an accent, but we didn't ask about where he was from or anything.
Okay, so he's originally from Spain, and
That sounds pretty sexy to me.
sure, yeah, except he went on and on, like almost immediately from the beginning of our date. He went on and on complaining that, like, ever since he got here, that he's like not been able to hook up with women, and he's so frustrated that American women are so uptight and they should be more. I'm not kidding you. He goes into this thing like, we need to be more free, we need to be more sexual.
Is it weird that I'm like, he kind of has a point? I don't know. Like, we are kind of a prudish country.
I understand that, but this is a first date, and it's the first topic of conversation he's going to bring up, and it was in the creepiest way, like all the red flags, all of them.
I guess it's weird to complain that you've moved to a country and are having trouble getting laid.
Yeah.
When you're on a date.
Well,
I mean, it's not like you're hanging out with a buddy. You're like, man, I can't hook up with a girl, but you're like, hey, you want to go out for dinner? By the way, nobody will have sex with me here. That's weird.
But it wasn't even like you just said that very casually. Okay, that's a very casual thing to say in a conversation and be mature about. But he was like smarmy gross about it.
Was it the way he was talking? Was it his body language? Could you point to one specific thing that made him schmarmy?
All of the above.
All of it.
He would go into this it was almost like a pitch. Like, back in my home in Spain, women would throw themselves at the floor to me. Like he was a king or something. It was so gross. I just can't even.
You can't chalk it up to cultural differences.
I'm sure part of it is that, but like I said, there's a way to have a conversation about that without making it creepy and weird. It was weird. I wish you could have been there. I really do. I really do. Because I've been around creepy dudes. I've never felt this uncomfortable.
Really?
It was just, you just have this feeling, this instinct. I can't really describe it. And it was just I shouldn't be here. I gotta go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
that's not good.
You probably don't want to be here either, Melanie, because Jake is on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my. Oh, okay. He's listening right now?
Unless he hung up. Jake, are you still there?
I am.
Oh, okay.
So is it my accent?
No, Jake, I think it was the fact that you were talking about not being able to hook up with American chicks.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, it's a date.
You're on a date, you know?
It's just in America we don't talk about sleeping with other people when on a first date.
That's what I mean. I don't understand why you guys are so uptight about, sex, everything, In Spain, it's very natural to talk about those things, whether in a first date or you're home with your mom, with your grandmother. It's all very free.
Your grandmother.
Grandma, when is the last time you had
I
sex?
like his liberated point of view in terms of it's natural, everyone does it. Mm-hmm. But are you hearing what she said about being uncomfortable?
I got to say, I was very surprised. I was very shocked. Spain women love all that kind of talk.
Melanie, please accept my apologies. I'm a very sexual person. I'm very free when it comes to that. I was hoping maybe you'd be in the same way and not so, antiquada, like an antique kind of thing,
Listen, I think most people are sexual beings. It's part of our human nature, but there's a respectful way to do it. And you cross those lines immediately. Like, I have no interest in seeing you. I don't even know.
Really, Melanie?
Wait, so are we kind of like lost in translation kind of thing? I mean, because if I was alone with you, I would do things to you that you can't even think of, I treat you like my princesa.
Princesa!
No. Did you hear what I just said? It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. You're not being a respectful human being.
Melanie, I think you're being a little too uptight. Maybe that glass of tequila will help you calm down a little bit and come on a second date with me.
Okay. I mean, if you were to give him like some tips on how, if he got to redo it, what would you want him to do differently next time?
Be a different person?
Oh, I don't know.
Might be kind of tough to do.
Man, you got to free yourself up. You're like in a cell. You're obstructing yourself from liberations and freedom of sex, whether it's with men or women or both at the same time or multiple.
Whatever. Just get after it, huh?
I was just trying to help.
I'll be fine without you. Thanks.
Are you sure, Melanie? Would you like to go out with Jake on a second date? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I didn't see that coming at all.
Melanie, fine. Look, I get it. I understand. You're not as sexually liberated as I am. You're not as sexually free as I am. But maybe you can guide me in the right direction? Or might you have some friends that are more sexually liberated than yourself?
What? Now he's going to ask to meet my friends. Guys.
Well, it's a little frustrating because no one will sleep with me here.
Come on, Melanie, can you hook him up? You have any friends that might sleep with Jake since he's having trouble?
I think I'm going to save all my friends the headache and just say, no, absolutely not.
Well, all right. So, Melanie, thank you for your time, Jake. I'm sorry no second date, but, we do have a lot of American women who listen to this show. Is there any last-minute plea you'd like to put out to them?
Yeah, to all the beautiful women out there, a mí me gusta complacer mucho a las mujeres. ¿Tú me entiendes? I love to please women, and I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
I actually
with that Spanish you just dropped right there, Jake, done. I'll sleep with you.
Yeah.
It's good. We're good.
Okay, thank you, but if there's any women that are interested...
We'll send them your way, Jake. Take care, man. I didn't think people met anybody at a car wash since like the 70s, but apparently I was wrong. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning because Jake is on the phone. Apparently that's where he met the girl that he wants to call today. He met her at a car wash. Not a lot of car wash parties in current day, but Jake, what's up? How are you?
How you doing?
Pretty good. So you met, what's her name?
Melanie.
Melanie. You met Melanie at the car wash?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I'll be honest with you. I was driving and then I saw this fundraiser car wash, and there was a lot of pretty girls out there washing their cars, and I thought,
okay,
so you saw a charity car wash and you wanted to perv out for a bit.
Wait, hold on. This isn't like a high school cheerleading squad, right? Because those are the only people I ever see doing charity
No.
At
least they didn't look like that. They looked, overage. They looked legal.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Again,
So they look legal, so you figured
for me.
you'd pull in there and really do some detective work and figure it out.
Yeah, I didn't really need a car wash, but, it was like a good excuse to get in there and talk to some ladies.
Okay, well, the lady that you want us to call Melanie, she's legal or she's a cheerleader in high school?
Well, here's the thing, though. I went in there and I told them I want to get my car washed. So as I tried to talk to the few ladies that were there, they were all too busy, so no one's paying attention to me. So I went and I sat down, waiting for my car to get washed, and then I met Melanie.
Now, was she washing cars or was she also getting her car washed?
No, she was waiting. She was waiting for her car as well.
Okay, so you just struck up a conversation with her.
I sat down next to her. I was kind of like bummed out on my phone, and then she's like, "Oh, there's some really nice shoes you got." So I turn around and I look at her. I was like, "Wow, this girl's gorgeous."
Nice.
Okay.
So I just started talking to her, and we got off on a good start. We had a nice conversation, and I asked her for her number. Let's have dinner.
Okay. So, I'm guessing you guys went out and had dinner?
Yeah.
All right, how was it?
I thought it was going great, but I guess I said something that she have said because the vibe just like completely turned around after that.
What did you ask her?
we were just talking, trying to get to know each other. And I was like, hey, so, like, what do you make a year?
What?
You asked,
Why would you
asked her
ask
her
that?
salary?
Dude, that's a
Yeah, that's like something you don't ask anybody, really.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what she said. So the whole vibe just kind of went like, yeah.
Oh.
So wait, how far into the date when you asked that?
Half an hour, 40 minutes. But we were
Okay.
talking about our jobs, and it just felt so kind of natural to ask, what do you make a year?
Do you
Well,
live
that's
in this
never,
country?
it's never
Because-
natural, and it's never okay to ask somebody that.
I mean, it's kind of like the unwritten thing that you don't.
You wonder, but you don't ask.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even uncomfortable sometimes for me to ask my husband how much money he makes.
Yeah, and I try to make it better by telling her how much I made. I was like, okay, you don't mind. Well, what's yours? And nothing. She wouldn't say anything. She would just look at me like I was crazy.
Oh, you kind of are.
I'm like, come on, it was just a question. I was nervous. I didn't know what else to talk about. I just wanted to keep the conversation going. So that's the first thing I thought.
All right.
How are you going to continue that conversation? Either like a good for you or a let me
that's
give
not a lot.
Yeah.
let me give you some tips on how to make more. Like, do you make a lot of money yourself? Like when you told her your number, is it normal? Is it impressive? Where are we at?
Now you're asking, Brooke. What
I mean, we're talking about it.
Well, it's decent.
Okay. All right. So it's just an okay salary. It's not like you're trying to be like, I'm a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, I drive a Nissan Versa.
Okay.
All right.
So I think that's okay then, like, because it could have come off as you being braggadocious, but like you weren't able to recover ever.
I was trying, but I don't know. It's just she wasn't really taking anything I was saying. So I don't know. I mean, I really think I messed it up.
Well, how did you end things with her?
Well, I paid for dinner. Then she gave me a kiss on the cheek. I was hoping for a little bit more, but based on my behavior, I guess I got what I deserve.
Yeah, it's a pretty rude question, man.
I've been calling her, trying to text her, but nothing, no text, no call, no.
Maybe she doesn't make enough and her cell phone bill got turned off. Her cell phone got turned off. You never know.
Have you had a chance to apologize to her?
No. But if you guys can help me out, I would definitely give her my best apology. Maybe I can get a second date.
Okay.
That sounds
Well,
like a plan.
we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date, all right?
Thank you.
All right.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know you must have really screwed up on a date if you actually save somebody's life and you still don't get a call back.
What? Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I don't know what you could have done, Patrick, but that's what happened on Patrick's date. He said he actually helped save somebody's life, but he's still not getting a call back.
Oh my God.
What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, this
Pretty
sounds
good.
like an insane date.
You know what? It was honestly one of the craziest experiences I've ever had.
Oh,
Whoa.
I bet.
You said you saved somebody's life. Unless that happens to you all the time, I would have to think it's a
This is like a
crazy
once-
experience.
No, I don't do that all the time.
Yeah,
Actually,
I know. I figured that you didn't.
He's
but thank
actually-
you for clarifying. Before we talk about what happened, let's talk about the girl you went out with a little bit. What's her name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. All right. And where did you meet Jennifer?
We met on an app, actually.
Okay, that's pretty common. Was there anything that stood out to you about her?
I mean, she'd actually done a couple of triathlons, and I used to do some, and we just kind of got going back and forth about our training routine, and we just kind of hit it off, and we had some common ground.
Okay.
That's always nice. It gives you something to talk about, at least to get things rolling.
Yeah. I mean, she's actually really accomplished, so I just, kind of wanted to impress her, but wanted to not act like I was impressing her kind of thing,
Okay. So I want to get to the part where you saved somebody's life because I'm curious about that. But did you have a good time with her? What'd you guys do?
Well, she was awesome. I made restaurant reservations
Oh,
at
nice.
this super fancy place.
Oh, so you wanted to impress her if you're making reservations at places like that.
I did, and I had just gotten a promotion at work, so I was actually kind of spoiling myself. And
Nice.
I just had a good feeling about this girl, so yeah, I plopped down for this,
Okay.
and it was going really well. I had actually done some training beforehand that day, so I had forgotten to eat in between my last training and meeting with her because I was kind of running over there.
Oh.
And yeah, so by the time we got to the restaurant, I was super hungry.
Yeah. Your stomach's like eating itself.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was doing a lot of the talking for me, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh,
were you
okay.
hangry? Were you like hangry and upset with her the whole time until you ate?
You know what? I get a little more zenned out, like before the hangry happens. I was getting to the hangry.
Okay.
But, when I get food in front of me, sometimes that need just kind of takes over.
Oh
What'd
my
you do
God.
to your food?
Yeah.
Well, I have a very personal relationship with it, we'll say.
What does
All
that
right, maybe
mean?
that's the reason
I
you're not
don't
getting the
get
call
it.
back. I mean, if you're doing what I think, what it sounds to me like you did with your meal, I wouldn't call you back.
It sounds like you shouldn't be doing that in public
Yeah.
spaces, whatever it is.
You need to only eat in private.
I just need to chew my food a certain amount of times before I swallow it. I was taught at a very young age that you have to chew your food or you won't be savoring it.
You count while you're chewing.
It's sort of a rhythmic thing.
Interesting.
So it's more of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Wait,
right.
Are you able to multitask and, I don't know, have conversation while your rhythm chewing is going on?
Absolutely. I've actually we talked about the triathlons. I've done it on the bike a few times.
Oh, chewing while you're...
I still don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, neither do I.
Those little gummies that they give you for energy as you're going down the final stretch. You run out of energy and you have to eat these chewy gummy things, and it's actually the perfect way to rhythmically pump with the bike as you're chewing your food. So
Okay. Well, rhythmic pumping was not where I thought this conversation would go.
Or what it usually means on a date.
Yeah. What about the part where you saved somebody's life? How did that happen?
Right. So we pay the check, we leave the restaurant, and we see this commotion gathering about a half a block away from the restaurant on the sidewalk. And we just kind of didn't think of anything of it at first, but this commotion started growing. Somebody was yelling, "Help."
Oh, no.
So we walked over to see what was going on. And there was a man on the ground that had collapsed.
Oh, no.
And was not breathing. Coincidentally, at my work, I just got a promotion, so I had new responsibilities, and they trained me in CPR. So
that's
crazy.
awesome.
I told you this was one of the most insane experiences I've ever had.
And so did you actually do CPR, or did you screech and run away and forget everything you learned?
I did everything that I learned the previous day.
That's great.
And it took a couple of times. I had to go through it. I hate to say it, but I had to give this guy mouth-to-mouth one time.
It's saving a life. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's all right if you're saving somebody.
I hope so. I mean, if you can't kiss a dude when you're saving his life, when can you?
I know.
I don't think
On
it's
a date,
kissing.
when you're on a date.
Oh my God, are you guys that scared of male-on-male touch that you
So-
consider it kissing?
Did it work?
I was able to revive him, and when he opened his eyes, I can't remember a more important thing that I have done in my life.
That is really beautiful. That really is. I mean, timing, right?
I mean, it's just one of those once-in-a-lifetime things that I don't know will ever repeat itself. So
Okay, and what'd your date think?
we had a really great conversation and a really great time, but this was a moment where we really saw each other.
That's deep.
That's really intense.
Yeah. Sounds like it was more of your moment than hers, though, because she's not calling you back.
Either that or it was her moment and she freaked her out.
I wish I knew.
We'll play a song, come back, and get your second date update, and see if we can figure out why she isn't calling you back, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Patrick is on the phone, and he wants to call Jennifer. They went out for dinner, but he ended up saving somebody's life after the date. When they were leaving, apparently a man had passed out outside the restaurant, and Patrick performed CPR on the dude and then revived him.
Yeah.
And Patrick, I was thinking about it, and if we find out that, like, you set this whole thing up
What?
to look like a hero on
That
your
didn't
first
even
date,
cross my mind.
I got to tell you, I'm going to be so proud of you. So proud. I don't know about everybody else, but I will be so proud of you if you set that up.
Yeah, I don't think I can give myself that much credit.
Yeah,
all right.
really. Well, I mean, have you talked to her at all since your date?
No, I've tried to reach out to her several times, and I mean, not too many,
Right.
I mean, it is pretty crazy that she hasn't called you back, even if she didn't like you that much. I mean, you guys, that's a pretty intense thing to share.
I thought it was a pretty special moment myself.
Okay.
Okay, that's probably not the right way to describe a man almost dying, but whatever.
Yeah.
After, when he came back.
Okay.
That was the special moment. Okay, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, is this Jennifer?
this is.
Jennifer, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Well, have a good day.
No, don't hang up.
I'm just confused. Sorry.
What are you confused about?
Like, why are you guys calling?
Oh, okay. I can help you with that
Okay,
if you want.
please.
I'm calling you today because one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
About me?
Mm-hmm.
It got even more confusing just now, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Well, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and end up not calling them after, they can email us and we'll get you on the phone and try to find out what happened. So Patrick emailed us and asked us to call you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he told us about your date, even the part where he said he saved a dude's life.
Yeah.
And he also told us that he's tried to reach out to you a few times, but he's heard nothing.
Yeah. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah.
Your date sounded crazy.
It was crazy to say the least. Yeah. The CPR part was insane.
Okay. I guess the question we all had is, how do you go out on a date with somebody and they actually end up saving someone's life and then you don't call them back? Was he that bad?
Yeah.
Well, it makes it sound terrible. I don't know. I guess, like, I think Patrick's, nice, and obviously, like, him saving that life was, like, really, I don't know what to say, like, heroic and great. But, like, I just didn't feel like he was a match. I don't know.
Just no chemistry or what?
I mean, there was chemistry, but, like, honestly, okay, I don't know. I'm just going to be honest, I guess, since we're doing this. Like, I was just driving home, like, he got me an Uber, and, like, at first I thought it was, like, really great that he gave CPR to the homeless person, and, like, I mean, he saved a life, so that's amazing, but I just, like, realized that he, like, gave CPR to a homeless person, and
you think that they should all die?
What?
Yeah, wait, hold
on.
Whatever like, the way you just said that made you sound totally and completely evil, heartless. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, that's not what I meant.
He revived a homeless person, and they're a scourge on our city, and I don't know why he would do that.
No, okay. What I meant was that, like, I just feel like a lot of homeless people probably have, like, some diseases. And
What?
yeah, and I just kind of felt like if he, basically kissed a homeless person like that, like, he probably got something. And I just, like, I've had friends, I don't know.
Are you
Okay,
freaking kidding me?
So you feel like he's dirty now?
What is your problem?
I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just being honest. I just feel like he probably has something, and I don't want to get it.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. You sound like, one, the least medical person ever. Okay. And two, that is, I mean, those are so many, like, maybes, what ifs.
I know, but it's enough, I guess, for me. I don't know.
What do you think he has?
I have no idea.
I would start with TB.
What? Oh my God.
And then I would work
guys.
back from there.
Probably one of the
Oh my
hepatitis.
God.
Yeah, at
I'm
least a
dying right
hepatitis.
now.
Like, A, B, or C. I don't know. They might even have a new one. Who knows?
So wait, hold up. If he hadn't been there and you walked out and you saw a man unresponsive on the street and you judged him as homeless, even though you'd actually probably don't even know that he's technically homeless or not, you wouldn't save them for fear of getting a disease?
I in that situation, I don't think that I would like be able to just jump right in and like save a life. Like, so I just think in general, like I would be too. I wouldn't know how to do that, and so I just think that it's a moot point.
Okay.
Oh, man.
The bottom line is the reason that you didn't call him back is you think he might have contracted something from a homeless man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've heard that after a date. There's been a lot of reasons that I haven't gotten a call back.
Yeah, you're contracting things is for different reasons.
Jennifer, I do need to let you know that Patrick is on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you, though.
Okay.
Patrick?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
I don't think I know what to say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just, you know what? I mean, I gotta just say, I'm in shock. I can't believe that you would think that.
Are you like in nice shock? Because I'm in like furious shock over here.
I don't know. I mean, I'm actually just kind of confused because from your profile and from the conversations we had before and during our date, you seemed like a really educated young lady, and I'm just confused. I'm just confused that you would think that I could contract a disease from a brief encounter with a man's mouth.
I mean, yeah, you explain it like that. Who knows, right?
I had to give him mouth to mouth. He was not responding to the initial CPR that I was giving him, so I had to do what I did.
I mean, I totally get it, and I think that, again, it was, like, very heroic and amazing. You should have done it. I just think that I'm allowed to have my own feelings about it afterwards. That guy looked like he had a disease. Like
you can't. No. What made him look like he had a disease? Give us some details.
I'm just like his hair was just like so like tangled.
Oh,
and
tangled hair disease.
So no.
I mean, he pretty much just looked like a hipster to me, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
very thin
though,
line between homeless and hipster.
Like you're kissing dudes that you meet on apps. You think that they don't have disease? Like they have just as much chance for disease as a homeless guy on the street.
I mean, now I don't know. I just I don't want to debate about this for forever. Like this is how I feel, and I just don't really want to deal with that. Like I'm super focused right now, and I'm like healthy, training, so I just don't want to deal with like any of that stuff.
I am still so blown away by your reaction to this, but if it makes you feel better, I can't believe I'm saying this. I will go and I will get tested. If it means
For what? Everything?
Yeah, what are you going to have them test you for?
How do you even want to go out with her again, Patrick?
I just want to prove it to her. I just want to prove it to her that me saving this man's life in no way put me in harm's way or possibly gave me a disease. I just want to disprove that theory.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I don't know. I think it's just still too soon, and like something can still come up, and so you can get.
Yeah, some of that stuff can take months, Jennifer, before it actually pops up on a test.
Because the problem is it's her feeling. It's not actual science or actual facts. Now that's just an opinion. I don't get that, Jennifer. You think every ER doctor and ER nurse in this country has a disease because of people that they've helped?
No, I just think that maybe Patrick does.
All right, well, Jennifer, would you like to go out on a second date with Patrick? We'll pay for it. We'll even pay for his health screening.
I honestly, I'm sorry. Like, I know, Patrick, you seem super nice, and like, I like can tell you're making a lot of effort, even just like with the phone call. But like, I just don't think I can.
Oh, this is so dumb.
I guess I can't really argue with that. Rejection is God's protection. So.
Okay.
Really? I thought it was Trojan.
I'm with Jubal.
Well, I guess I should have used protection when I was saving this man's life.
Yes.
Oh my God,
But
that
from
is
now
not
on,
what we learned here, you guys.
Before you perform CPR, always make sure you have some protection on you, okay?
Health guard.
Yeah.
Oh my my God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
592 says, I think you guys just spoke with the worst human on the planet. Which is really saying something because we've talked to a lot of terrible human beings on this show.
Yeah, we have.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Patrick wanted to call this girl named Jennifer. They went out. He actually saved a dude's life on their date. He performed CPR on what we found out was a homeless man.
Yeah. Well,
and she didn't want to go out with him because she's worried about potential diseases that could have been transmitted to him from doing CPR on a homeless dude.
Oh, I mean, I think a lot of people are arguing like, well, you don't need to do mouth to mouth anymore. You know, it's actually compression. Like, that's not the point. He used what tools he was taught to save a man's life.
Yeah.
And then she didn't want to go out with him because of that. She said that she would have chosen to do nothing if she saw the guy passed out on the street.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel like no matter how he did CPR or revived the dude, she'd just been like, ew, you touched a homeless.
Yeah.
She was awful. It makes me so sad.
I mean,
So she didn't want to go out with him again. And he actually offered to get tested in order to go out with her again. Like, I'll get tested just to prove to you that I don't have any diseases from the homeless dude. He still was like willing to go out with her again.
yeah.
Oh my God. I know. So who's more wrong in this situation? I can't figure it out.
Either that or she must be incredibly hot.
Yeah, that's always
guess.
a big key.
And everybody texting in at 78592 is talking about what a horrible person she is for not wanting to date him again after he helped save a homeless man's life, thinking that he must have some sort of disease now.
I keep looking through our text where there's not one person that has
Okay,
this girl's
and can
back.
we also say that we still don't know that this man was homeless? She just thinks he's homeless because he had greasy hair.
Which
that
makes
was
it
her
worse.
reasoning for thinking
That's
he
true,
was
too.
homeless.
So if you
Not
pass-
that it would matter either way. He's a human being. He's a person. But she's so judgmental.
Which means if you have a bad hair day around this chick and pass out, then
Dude,
you're,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I
You
look
deserve to
homeless on
die.
a daily basis if those are her, like, bars for being homeless.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back, even if they wish homeless people would just die because they're all
Oh my
kind
God.
of dirty. You can just email us, and we'll call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is interesting to me because the player has become the playee.
Oh, I like this. The tables have turned, my friend.
We got an email from this guy named Nick. Nick, in his email, said that normally he is the guy that does the one-night stand thing and then doesn't call girls back. Well, he's not getting a call back from a girl and is driving him insane. Nick, I know how you feel like when you're normally the person that does that and then it happens to you. You're like, what? Wait a second. I'm the one that does this, not you. You don't get to blow me off. How you doing, Nick?
Oh man, I'm dying over here, man. I'm dying.
Yeah, karma's a bitch, Nick. It really is.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today?
Her name's Melanie. I met her the other day at a office party.
Your email was unclear on if she worked with you or not.
No. Somebody else brought her.
Okay.
And I'm at this office party, and you guys know how office parties go, right? I mean, they're the worst.
Well, they're so much fun. What are you talking about? They're the best.
So I'm sitting there. It's started not going very well, and I'm getting a little bored. And then I look across the room, and I see this girl. And she's giving me the vibe, you know. She kind of gave me that look.
I feel like you're like being a creepy romantic
Yeah,
right now, Nick.
I know.
I'm really confused here. I don't know.
Was she tossing out the vibe to you, and you were just leaving a trail of lust crumbs right to her, and you picked them up?
Lust crumbs.
I'm guessing she made eye contact and smiled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in a normal parlance, yes. That's the normal one.
Now, your email said that you left the party and then went to a bar and hung out and got drunk or whatever, and then went to your place, and once you got in the door to your place, clothes were off in 30 seconds.
What?
Pretty much, yeah.
He's so proud. Look how proud he is. of that.
Nice.
Hey, that's just how it goes.
Is that par for the course in Nick's life? Is that what happens
You know
from Nick?
what? I'm going to say this. That night, we were together many times.
Okay, wait.
Nice marathon.
Nick, how drunk were you guys?
I can hold it pretty well, so I like to think we were both a little bit more sober and into it.
Your email said that you typically are the type of dude that has a one-night stand and then blows girls off. Why is Melanie different? Why do you want to get a hold of her? Is it just because she's doing that to you?
it's something that never happened to me before. I mean, I'll be a man to admit I had a great time with her. I had a really, really good time with her. But, you know, you wake up the next morning and she's gone. She didn't even leave a note or anything. So I text her. I say, you know, hey, what's up? She says, it was fun, but I'm just not interested. Then I send her a text back. I said, what does she mean? And I haven't heard anything back.
So unlike other second date updates that we've done, you've heard from her, and she says straight up just like she doesn't want to see you again.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so I don't understand. What do you think you're going to get out of this?
I don't know. I mean, you know, normally, I mean, this doesn't happen to me.
Okay.
It's eating me up. It's all I can really think about right now.
Do you use like a lot of cheesy lines or pickup lines? You seem like that type of dude.
No. I don't need lines. I mean,
oh yeah,
my looks are pretty much good enough.
I just introduce myself.
I see. Take my shirt off.
Yeah.
Any possible reasons that you would think she'd not want to see you again from what happened when you guys got back to your place? Are you into weird stuff?
That was, to put it bluntly.
Yeah.
If I was into any weird stuff, she was into it too, at least for that night.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, so there's no reason you can think of why she wouldn't want to see you again. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
If you're just joining us for the second part of the second date update, Nick is on the phone. He wants to call Melanie. They met at a work function, ended up having a wonderful night of marathon adult activities.
Okay, you're so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between you and Nick, I can't take this.
But according to Nick, he doesn't really have problems with the ladies, and he's not getting a call back, so he's consumed and wondering why. Nick, why do you want to call her? Do you want to have what happened the other night happen with her again? Or do you just want some closure to figure out why she's not calling you back?
Well, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't want another night like that. Absolutely. But it's kind of all I can think about. I guess closure would be the next best thing.
Okay.
You know?
But you're not like really looking to try to get a relationship out of this.
Well, you never know. Let's see where it goes. But, you know, to have that happen, you got to figure out what went wrong.
He's not.
Yeah, I feel like it's no.
You could just be honest with us, Nick.
You could tell her that if you want to get her in bed again, but you need to tell us that.
I'm not going to lie and say I don't want her back in bed, but hey, you never
Nick.
know.
Well, we're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, hold on.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Melanie, please?
This is Melanie.
Melanie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
I don't know a Jubal.
It's maybe the best thing I've heard all day. I'm not going to lie.
It's Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on the radio station, moving 92.5.
Okay.
That was close.
I take it you don't listen to our show.
No, I'm sorry. I don't.
Well, my name is Jubal. How are you?
I'm okay. Why are you calling me?
You recently went out on a date with a listener of ours.
Oh, great.
And he emailed us because you blew him off. And he's wondering if he did something wrong on your date.
And who would this be?
His name would be Nick.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, so you remember going out with Nick then?
I had a feeling that was coming.
Yes, I remember going out with Nick.
He told us all about your date, said you guys had a really fun time, but you texted him and said, hey, I had fun last night, but I'm not interested in seeing you again.
Yeah, that happened. I don't understand why you guys are calling me.
Well, Nick emailed us and said he wanted to see you, so we're like, hey, why don't we just give her a call and ask her if you did something wrong?
Well, I'm just not interested. I'm going to go by what I texted. I'm not interested.
Yeah, but is there like a specific reason? Did he do something?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want to really talk about it.
Well, he told us so that you had a marathon sex session.
He did what? He told you that?
Yeah.
Yep. He said that you guys met at like a work thing and then ended up going back to his place. Clothes were off in 30 seconds and they weren't on for a very long time after that.
That told you guys about a sex session?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
He called the radio station and blurted out private information.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So now I have another reason never to go out with him.
Oh, no.
Does that upset you that he told us that?
Well, you say, yeah, I'm pissed.
Right. Well, then think about this. If it's embarrassing to him, why not let us know what it is now?
Oh, okay, let's share, because now that he did that, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened.
Perfect. What did he do?
So we did have some cocktails. We went back to his apartment. Okay, we did get, intimate or whatever, but the dude would not take off his stupid socks.
The entire time? Like he was...
The entire time. And I said, because women, we want to be in the mood, and it just kept ruining it. And he wouldn't take off his socks. I'm like, you have webbed toes? What's the problem? Take off your socks.
Like you asked him and he still refused to do it?
He goes, Daddy doesn't take off his socks.
Oh. I knew he was one of those.
Did it kill you after he said daddy, if he called himself daddy, or was the socks even worse than that for you?
Pick one. They're both gross.
Can I ask what kind of socks they were?
Like those white, like Grandpa would wear up to his calves or something. White.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get where I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying?
And you actually asked him to take them off, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I asked him to take them off.
That's weird.
And that's not the worst part, okay? So, during sex and everything, I hate to say this, but I looked up, I opened my eyes, and his eyes were open, his tongue was out. He looked like a zombie, from Walking Dead. He was like, sexy.
So he's
It's not the sound. Please tell me it's not the sound.
keeping his socks on, and he looks like a zombie.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it was the biggest, creepiest turnoff ever.
So why did you stay there so long, Melanie? It sounds like a terrible experience for you.
I was drunk.
Okay.
Cosmos.
So you sobered up in the morning and remembered everything and was like, I do not want to see this guy again.
I got my stuff. I left. I mean, there was probably a hole in the shape of me in the door. I just ran out that door.
I like her.
Oh, Melanie, you're
Melanie,
funny.
I would love to find out what's up with his feet. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's ask him then, because Nick's actually listening on the other line.
No way is he on the phone right now.
Yes, he is.
Hey, Melanie.
Oh, my God. Sorry you made me do it. You made me say everything. If you're going to call a radio station.
I didn't make you say anything.
Yeah, you did. If you wouldn't call these people.
I have never had a complaint about that in my life. And by the way, I don't really appreciate you bringing up my faces that I make during sex, okay? Everybody does it. It's nobody else's business, all right? It's natural.
Does that sound natural to you? Because it's not natural to me.
Nick, what's wrong with your feet? Why don't you take off your socks?
There ain't nothing wrong with my feet, okay? The socks, they're compression socks, all right? And keeps the blood where it needs to be during that moment. That's why I wear them.
Stupid.
That is, come on, Nick. You're putting on compression socks?
It's science.
Yeah. And those are supposed to keep your muscles warm so you don't get injuries when you're working out or something else like that.
Look, I could have been injured that night, I'll tell you what.
Oh, my gosh, Nick.
But what about when she asked you to take off the socks, Nick?
This is nothing to be embarrassed about, okay? I wear compression socks because it helps me in the bedroom. That's it.
Let me tell you something. They didn't help you, so go take them back to Rite Aid and get your refund.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ouch.
Oh, Melanie. Where did you even come up with the idea to wear compression socks?
Back when I was in college, everybody in the frat wore them.
Oh.
That's the worst.
That's all you needed to say. Everybody in the frat. Got it, Nick. All right, well,
Oh, my gosh.
Melanie, I would like to ask you if you will go on a second date with Nick. We will pay for it.
Yeah, I'm going to say no.
Are you sure? I'll buy him a new pair of compression socks.
No. Thank you so much. Good luck with that, though, Nick. I hope it really works for you.
All right, Nick, I'm sorry, you want to try to convince Melanie to go out with you again?
Hell no. I got plenty of girls on the side who are going to appreciate my socks.
I feel
All
like
right.
that's not true.
And if not, you can always hang out with your frat buddies in your compression socks and have fun.
Hey, whatever. Screw you, man.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.